King Jerome.
Red salute. What you doing, Najeh? Hey.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to an episode of the First and Foremost podcast. Yes, y'all, we know for our audience that watches us every Tuesday, we are an hour late, but for good reason, guys. We just came from Georgia Tech, so gotta give you guys the intel on that. Obviously, me and Bacon probably look a little bit darker, but we've been we've been grinding it out, but it's been a lot of fun. So. But our boy Jerome was at OT7 in Tampa dealing with all them bugs and that hot weather. So we'll start with
y'all got these?
How you feeling?
Y'all think y'all got these? Look at me.
Yeah, you got a little.
I'm like five.
I'm
usually looking like Drake. Not like
Yeah, Drizzy.
Yeah, Drizzy.
I feel you, bro. But Baker, how you feeling, man? Before we go ahead and start the show,
man, I'm good. I got me some snacks in me before we came on the show. Told me over to my late dinner, but yeah, I'm good, man. We're seeing a lot of great football today. Seeing Coach Mill, there's a lot of people out there today, but yeah, always a great time to see when I see Coach Mill out there showing the love for the kids and dropping some tidbits and SB Productions. Can't forget about SB Production, man. So shout out to the whole gang.
No doubt. Seen a whole bunch of people there. Shout out to Brett. Obviously, shout out to Ben, Jeremy Johnson. Seen all the big hitters there, man, as well. So a lot of big time people, a lot of big time talent there as well, man. I am sipping on the kombucha. Just finished up. Keeps the body, the stomach right. You know what I'm saying? The probiotics. So that's what I'm on. But as I said, we never get tired. Got to be right back up at 6 tomorrow. So we always grind it. But let's go ahead and throw it to Jerome. What is your first and foremost this evening?
First and foremost, I'm going to get into the spectacles and games and how OT7 went itself. But I want to give a big shout out to OT7, the crew. They do a great, amazing job at what they do. They got a different venue from when they used to, and mainly because I think at least they wanted to help the media out, so we didn't get fried out there. So they helped. They got it. How you call it? A bread box for us. They provided snacks.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, water for us, and Gatorade and stuff like that. So they really did media the right way this time, man. Outside of the buzz and the heat, man, it was a great time. So I'll get into the games and everything like that when we talk about OT7. But man, shout out to the team, the crew. Some people I met down there that only got the email interactions with them. I got to meet them in person and talk to them. So it seemed like a really cool, good crew. And I actually got access to OTE now. So hey, anytime you go to OTE, I got contact now. So man, I'll be joining you guys.
Hey, we've been trying to tell you, player, go ahead and join the basketball wave with us, man. We slowly building. That's why we got the 3.
Weave.
So, hey, man, I'm glad that you're down there making contacts, man. That is huge. Yes, sir. We'll be right there with you, man. I mean, if you want some of the top talent in the country, Jerome, that's the spot to be, man. I already got a good contact over there as well. Someone I know really, really well, man. They doing big stuff at OTE. They playing overseas, playing to get some of the top basketball players all across the world. They just in Germany had a guys like a Kai Fleming who's going to play. He's going to kind of forego his senior season and playing that. We've seen a bunch of players that come in there, Jada Mustaf. Just so many just elite players, man. So I'm glad you got that contact. You definitely should come check out the game. It's probably going to change your whole just mindset, experience on high school ball. You're probably going to look at it differently. I know you're big on NBA basketball with your Nuggets, but I think it's definitely going to change your whole mindset, man. So, yes, if you can this year, I know you're super busy. I know you're going to be plugged in with football. Come check out a couple OTE games, man. You will not be disappointed.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. All right, I throw it to you, Bacon.
Man, first and foremost, I hope I'm not stealing your thunder, brother, but I actually got their names. At Georgia Tech, a Florida school by the name of, help me out, Najeh.
Norland.
I got it.
Yes, sir. Northern Vikings from Miami.
Northern Vikings of Miami, 305, man. They came through and hey, man, they made an impression. I got there around, what's time I get around? 3, 4? I got there around 4:30 ish. And man, I heard the energy from the time I stepped on the field to the time they won the championship and walked off. And guess where they was going after? It was going to Georgia State for a private workout. That just lets you know what type of time they got down there in Florida. I've been hearing from a lot of college coaches. Yeah, man, Florida's got the best. They got the best athletes in the nation. And I'm like, man, come on, coach, we in Georgia, you know. You don't see we just had Michael Williams, Elijah Pritchett. Then the list goes on. But nah, man, I like the kids out of Florida. So, they definitely came up here. They did things in a 305 fashion. They'll let you know it was all in Buford's face, and to my eyes, it was bliss. But yeah, that's my first and foremost, man. So shout out to the New Orleans Vikings of Miami, Florida.
Yeah, them boys different, man. Like they say, man, that Florida water.
Florida water.
The Florida water?
Yeah,
different. Hey, it made me want to go back down there where I was born at, man, in Miami. I didn't get to see a lot of it because we moved up here when I was young, but yeah, man, they just do things different, man. And like I said, I said it to you there at the event. I was like, what team are you gonna really see in Georgia challenge you as far as not competing? I'm not talking about competing, but I mean like in their face, talking the issue with them. You just don't see that every day. Especially Buford, who's a powerhouse here. You're not gonna see no team doing all that, even if they beat them or whatnot. That's just not something you're gonna see. So I love that. Some people probably, against it, they don't like it, but they do ball different, man. Same thing we see in North Carolina in basketball. They just, as our boy Isaiah Evans said, they just do it different. That's just a part of kind of their culture, man, of who they are and their identity. So, man, shout out to them real quick. My first and foremost, I'm gonna go ahead and go Antoine Hill, man. That's gonna be my first and foremost today. The way his game has progressed from the last time I seen him, I think it's spectacular. I think he's hit a whole nother gear, a whole nother level. And he was already good before. And I think a lot of, people are going to have questions around that Houston County program. Can they make a deeper run in the playoffs potentially? Can they go further? But I think he has been positioned to do so. The question will be, will his weapons be ready to come up big for him? I think that's the biggest question. But other than that, I mean, he threw timely balls all day long. You guys go on my Twitter at Najeh Wilk. Everything is linked below. And then make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. But that throw he made in that tight window, I mean, he was making on-time throws the entire day. And I just think he's a different breed. And I don't think he's going to be the reason why they don't go far. I think they're a well-coached program, really good players. It's just going to be, can they step up in time? Their schedule won't be easy. Obviously, they're playing that tough region again. But, yeah, Antoine Hill is him. And I'm telling y'all, that is going to be whoever gets him, that is going to be the steal of this 2025 class. I know he's a 4-star. Some will say, how is he still if he's a 4-star? But I'm telling y'all, there should be way more SEC-type programs recruiting him. He's an SEC type of quarterback. He is really that good, man. A high power 4 quarterback. He should be playing at an SEC, ACC type program. Just my humble opinion, or Big 12 program. He's just that good. So that's my first and foremost.
So do you feel like if they don't go get him and say he goes to like a Big 10 school or ACC school, do you feel like that will possibly continue to change the tide of just college football because they're not recruiting the cream of the crop, maybe?
Say that one more time.
I said, do you feel like with him right now being passed upon by some SEC schools that he may go to a Big 10, ACC, or whatever, do you feel like that will continue the trend of the power struggle being lost by the SEC schools a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. You can even make the argument ACC schools should have been recruiting him harder. Yes, you see it all the time. These Big 10 schools, right, kind of quarterback nobody thinks about. We could throw Michigan in there. JJ McCarthy. I don't think he was a heavily rated guy. Might have been maybe a 3-star prospect or whatever it was. And look what he became. Obviously, we know when you get to college, them stars don't matter, which is very true. It helps you get there. Oh, he's a 4. Okay, my bad. He was a 4-star.
He was a late bloomer for the as far as recruiting. At one point he was a 5, and he went back to 4. But he he's probably one of the higher stars Michigan recruited in a while. So he had some people coming in. He was at IG Academy, so you kind of you know how that goes.
Right.
Those guys are less than 4 over there. I'm joking, but
that is true. But yeah, Bacon, to your point, yeah, I think you'll see guys fall through the cracks like that and end up going on to have a great career. Like a Jaylon Daniels would be another one. I don't think he was heavily rated. Just coming in and going to a Big 10, Big 12 program and being able to, put the college world on notice. You just never know. So I think he's going to be one of those. And yeah, I think they're going to go back and look and like, oh, well, that was an NFL caliber quarterback, and be like, dang, we should have got him for our school.
100%. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get things too far gone, man, if you tap into to Phenom ITH football promo code 10% off. You know what I mean? If you want to be phenomenal, you got to be. If you want to be phenomenal, you got to wear Phenom, man. So tap in 10% off ITH football.
Hey, I'm going to let y'all know brands. Go ahead and sign Bacon Network. Arvon Bacon as your spokesperson. As you see, we not even telling him to do this. He's just doing it naturally, and it sounds so well, the spiel that he does. So if you want to get with a major exploding brand, go ahead and highlight Bacon, man. He can really sell it out for you guys and does a really great job giving the promo every single week. But get that 10% off Phenom merch. They don't just have gloves, cleats and stuff. They also got hoodies, shirts. So go get your Phenom merch today.
Get it.
All right, y'all. We'll keep it rolling, man. So we're gonna let Jerome go ahead and open us up. Obviously, we talked a little bit about it, but we're gonna let Jerome kind of take us away what his OT7 experience was this past weekend, one of the biggest events this past week.
Yeah, definitely. OT7 championship, something that I always wanted to do. Didn't get to go last year. It was in Cali last year. It really didn't get to go. That would be my first time in Cali. I couldn't go. Some last minute stuff happened, but got to go this year. It's in Florida, a little bit closer than Cali, obviously, because we're in Georgia. But man, it was a great experience. Like I said, it was hot, a lot of bugs, but they did a good job, helping us out, keeping us cool, giving us snacks and stuff like that, so we could survive the 9 hours a day. I think it was. So, but it was fun, man. Obviously, I didn't go the entire weekend. Championship week, they had 4 days instead of 2. So started on Thursday. Thursday was like a all-star game where it was like I think it was seniors versus juniors. That was pretty cool. They got these cool little OT7 jerseys. I thought it was really sweet and cool to look at. And then they also did like activity games, kind of like the Pro Bowls and stuff like that. And then Friday they had first day of full play. Saturday was second day of full play, so they had 2 days of full play instead of 1, which was interesting because it gave you a lot. They gave them a lot more games to kind of sort out what seeding it is, So I thought that was pretty cool to have everybody kind of play each other first and things like that. Championship Sunday, it turned up a notch, and I feel like it always does when they have OT7. Championship day, everybody's intensity goes up and things like that. It was really fun to watch, man. You had Low Pro, who was last year's championship winners, only lost 1 OT7 game since they've been in OT7, and that was the week that all 3 of us went. Actually, that was their first time losing. So they never lost. So it was really cool to see a team kind of knock them off. Not saying that I was rooting against them, but it's cool to see teams start adjusting to another team and things like that. And you could tell that their defensive scheme, and I think it was I want to say it was FSE that knocked them off. But yeah, it was really fun to watch that, to see because when you start seeing the same team beat everybody after a while, it starts kind of getting boring. You kind of know, they can beat everybody, So it was cool to see somebody, it was a close game. It was a lot of close games. We had a game that totaled, I think it was 113 points total. It was going back and forth. It was like, I think the final score was like 54-50 something. Like, it was insane. Like, that game was to the wire. It went in overtime. I thought that was fun. A couple other things. Raw Miami left a little early in the championship game. So, my guy Aaron, he didn't play that much. He was a little injured. But, they struggled a little bit. So the main 4 teams was Coastline Stars, who obviously Deuce Knight is on. And I got some highlights coming of him soon. He was phenomenal that entire camp, the entire time, except for one play, which I'll get to in a second. But he was phenomenal the entire time. He looked dominant. He looked very confident in everything. So he was out there balling. He looked better than some of the other guys that get higher praise as quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So he was doing his thing out there. And rightfully so got the MVP. So it was Coastline Stars. It was SSE. It was Locro was one of them, and then who was the other team? I can't remember the name. But it was Trailing Boys. Sorry, Trailing Boys. So that was the Final Four team. A lot of 5 stars on the team. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Trailing Boys. It was Cauliflower. There you go, Cauliflower. So a lot of high star players on a lot of all those teams, obviously. Except for Low Pro, they don't have a lot of high number praise, but they're really good technical team. So it always been in it. But it went down to the wire. Coastline Stars at the end versus FSC. It was back and forth game. Actually, it came down to the last play of the game. FSC is up by 4, I think, at the time. And the only blemish that Deuce made the entire thing was throwing a pick 6 at the end of the game. Man, that was the only blemish. And obviously that was the game deciding factor in the game. I will say this though, shout out to Deuce Knight though, for real, because he could have been upset with himself. He could have been beating himself up. Could have been in the corner like upset. When FSC, was up there hosting the trophy and everything like that, he was right in the crowd, congratulating everybody. So I really respected him for doing that, man. He got a smile on his face. He was cool with it. I don't know. I would have been upset and I just did that to lose the game. No, he was okay with it, man. He was fine, and he congratulated the FSC team. He was really out. He was right out there with me, man. And I actually I had it live. I live streamed it. Yeah, I think Bacon was on it. Yeah, I live streamed it a little bit during it, and I seen Duke there, and I was like, "Good game, man, good game." And you see, he had a smile on his face, helping and celebrating with them. So I really did respect that with him right there. But FSC was loaded, man. Obviously, you got Jamie French, probably one of the best receivers out there. You got Devin Sanchez, another guy that. He had 3 picks in one game or something like that at one point, man, and a whole bunch of other Jamel's a quarterback, a really good quarterback. That team's loaded, so rightfully so. They should have won. They did, and it was just all around a good, fun time. So shout out to SSC for taking it home.
Okay. Sound like a dope weekend, bro.
Yeah, it was. Outside of the age guys, but
I was going to say, as a comparison, compare that weekend to the one we was with you at the OT7 in Orlando.
This one's better.
That's all. And for you, what made it better from just experience standpoint?
The intensity of it, just the. I think that, once you got to the championship day, the intensity of it went higher. I think that when we went, actually, I think there wasn't as many athletes there because I think there was something going on around the same time. So I think some of the athletes wound up not going too. So it was a lot more higher tier athletes playing against higher tier athletes. And don't get me wrong, I love smaller guys too, and I discovered a couple of guys down there as well, and I'll be highlighting them very soon as well. But yeah, it's just like when you have the same kind of level of competition, then it's almost like anybody's game instead of it being like, okay, you know who's gonna win. So I think that's what it kind of came down to. But it was definitely a lot more intense. It was a lot more fun. Can I be real with you guys?
Sure.
They put in a team. I'm not gonna say the team. They put a team in there, literally just for like the likes and stuff. And I started recording them a little bit, and I just felt so wrong just recording them because it was just like antics, and I found it for fun, but it's like, So that would be my only gripe for the whole thing. Just like they literally just put them in just because the game really didn't count to nothing. Like the team wasn't going to be in the championship anyway. They didn't play at all. So the fact that they just put the team in just to, they had 2 games, and I just didn't even watch the second one. I started watching the first one, and I was just like, all right, it's just too, they had receivers playing quarterback, linemen playing wide receiver, and it was just crazy. I wasn't a fan of it. I was just saying, I wasn't a fan of it. But I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to highlight a lot.
Good content.
Yeah, it's a content. And I get it. So you need content. So for sure. But yeah, it was a good time, man.
100%. Who's your favorite player from the whole thing? I know Fagans was down there from Thompson.
Okay, so my favorite player, again, the part that I say I like to get smaller guys too. He's not a small guy, but he's a smaller guy as far as national attention. His name was Grayson. What's his last name? Grayson Littleton. I got to interview him. Played at,
Nah, so that's the Clemson commit. Go ahead.
Yep. Clemson commit. Had to talk to him. He played at Cali Power. Really good. He again. A guy that, when you there with all the 5 stars and stuff like that, there's going to be really good players that don't get their name, mentioned a lot. He was making plays, man. He was really making, he was going against Jimmy French and giving him the business. He was, and not scared of it, too. And I love that about him, man. He's scrappy and a good kid, too. I got to talk to him afterwards. He's a good kid, so I thought it was fun, for sure. So that would be one of my favorite players on there. I'm not gonna say my favorite player, but one of my favorite players because I'm a DB guy too. So.
Well, yeah. We know Big Jerome is a lot to block down.
Very no. All right, let me my check in.
Yeah, he's cooking, bro. That's that just sizzling.
Oh, I was like, bro, is that my phone?
Me too. I was like, what's going on?
That's you?
My man got sound effects now. All right. It's sizzling.
Sound effects on 100.
Let's talk about it.
You good, Najeh?
That me?
I think I don't know, bro. I think it's
Okay.
sound
Is that
effects.
me, bro?
Nah, G. That's Jerome with sound effects.
Was it sizzling?
I'm lost now, bro.
I'm lost. What was that? Don't matter. Let's keep going.
Thumbs up in the chat.
Hey, let's talk to nigga camp recruiting. I don't know what just happened, y'all. Hey, we just gonna keep it rolling, okay? Be like that. I don't know if that was me because something was playing on my thing, but then whatever, bro. Go ahead, Bacon. Talk about the camp we went to Saturday. I don't know what's going on, y'all. It'd be like that sometimes.
I don't know, bro. Anywho, we went to the nigga combine skills and combines camp this past Saturday, hosted by Coach Daniels. His first camp, man. Brother does an amazing job, not only on just getting these kids exposure, but putting this camp together, man. It was a lot of underrated talent out there this past Saturday. Number one, I'm gonna start with the big boys first. Jake Lewis, offensive lineman, number 87. Definitely did his thing, man. How big is he? 6'3", 330. college coaches, you know what I'm saying, high school recruits, if you're watching this, definitely tap in with him, man. The class of 2026. I'm not sure what high school he's from, but his name is Jake Lewis.
County.
Jackson County, correct. Jackson County, man. Put on a display. Put on the clinic. He got beat a couple times, but brother was solid, you know what I'm saying? Used very good leverage, hands placement, you know what I'm saying? Obviously well built. 6'3". I know a lot of coaches like to look for 6'4", but that's just 1 inch, so definitely hit him up, man. I believe his ad name on Twitter is Jake, Jake Lewis, like Ray Lewis, 68. So definitely hit the young man up. The DB wide receiver group was probably my most favorite. The running backs there, you know what I'm saying? The running backs did their thing as well. With DB that I really like with Julian Elzy. I believe he's at Parkview, if I'm not correct.
He's at Brookwood.
He's at Brookwood. He was at Parkview, right?
He was at Parkview last year, but he transferred back. Yep. Right. I just found that out recently too. So,
Yep. But yeah, he did his thing, man. Class 2027, 6 foot, 170 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Between 127 and 170 pounds. Brother take care of his body, eats right. But you know what I'm saying? What stood out to me was just his footwork. Even in the drills, he was super fluid. He plays through the ball. Anything you want a DB to be so poised, to be so disciplined at that age, is definitely a diamond in the rough, man. You would definitely see him on, I'm saying, 247. You know what I'm saying? All the perimeter recruiting platforms when that time's coming for him because he's a special talent. But the man of the camp, wide receiver, class of 2026, Caden Watson. I'll say this and I'll throw it back to Najeh. I know he's got some heat for us. 6'2", 180, man, set up from Banks County. The camp was at Banks County, hometown hero from home of Georgia. He lit the camp on fire. Making DB. Yeah. Pull up the clip, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Man, making kids fall, man, catching over the shoulder catches left and right, man. The kid came out there and literally pulled the clinic, bro. Yeah.
Were you able to see it, Jerome?
Nah,
you didn't get to see the clip?
I don't think so.
You missed out on some heat from the heat. Hold on, let me look them up.
Smooth.
Yeah, that stuff was woof.
Smooth, bro. Smooth killer.
When I say cooking, boy was eating.
You been hit by, you was struck by a smooth criminal.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Are you pulling up the clip?
Of course,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, we getting in. Nobody came in the chat, Jerome. Not the chat, but the thing.
Let me refresh it. Can you see it?
Yes, sir. We can see it.
Let me blow it up.
Look how smooth his hit. Look at him, man.
Hold on, I'm doing it one more time.
Ooh. Hey.
Nigga.
It's off.
Pussy. Nigga.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's not that.
Oh man, look how smooth he is, man. This is the catch for me, man. That's tough. That's tough. I just said, remember the Titans? That's a bad white boy. No lie. No white on white crime out there.
Yeah, I have it.
Wait, never mind. Don't say it.
You said what?
Nothing. Bacon's on from another love word.
Got it. Go ahead, Bacon. Finish your point.
Yeah, man. Just easily, like I said, easily the MVP of the camp. The brother came out there making people fall tough. You just seen the catch he had on the sideline. Had the whole camp was going crazy for Banks County. Didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the brother did his thing, man. So last but not least, before I slide it over to you, Nas, man, shout out to Caden Watson. You can find him on Twitter at CADEN Watson, like Bubba if you watch golf. Caden Watson 02. Banks County. Class 2026, 6'2", 180. What you got for us, bro?
Got you. I know our boy Jeremy finna be busy. It's breaking news right now on the show. We do also share this. This is not related to Georgia, but Taylor officially committed to Georgia. We'll be interested. It does relate to Georgia, y'all, because they are after two other major prospects. We'll be interested to see the choose between the two, TJ Wiley or Travis Smith Jr., who was at the Georgia Tech 7-on-7. So think that's intriguing to bring that up as well after that commitment from Taylor and Taylor. But I'll keep going. The naked camp, I thought Coach Daniels did an outstanding job with it, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
It is not easy to run a camp. And he had college coaches out there. Andrew College was there, Reinhardt University, just different coaches at different position groups. So I think that definitely helped.
Former NFL players. I want to throw out there too.
Players. So I think that definitely helped him out. And just getting him out, more out there and the brand and what he's trying to establish. And on top of that, kids won another camp. So he's going to have another one. So your camp did good if kids are asking you for another one. And he's going to do another one in probably Gwinnett County. So I don't know if you're going to tap into that one, Jerome, but we'll be a little bit closer to home. But he's going to try to do a night under the lights, similar to kind of what y'all saying at Route King. Not maybe up to the standard, because Coach has been doing that for a while, Coach Alexander, and he's one of the best in the country at what he does and what he does for the kids and stuff like that. But I think that's going to be dope, just getting them one-on-ones under the lights and being able to show these kids talent, man. So I thought he did an outstanding job there. There was some definitely diamonds in the rough. Obviously those three that Bacon mentioned were phenomenal all day long. I thought the defensive lineman, number 58, I thought he did a really, really good job.
Blah.
Oh, that's Blah James. That's another way.
James.
Blah James was good as well. I thought 58, he rushed pretty well. Michael Duncan's another one for me. Offensive lineman that had a pretty good afternoon, was number 98 at the camp. He did pretty well. And then, some of the DBs, got to give a shout out to Amir Ellis, Locust Grove. They'll always get the love out there where they're at, but there's some gems out there. Obviously, got Phoenix Fawn at Elka, Amir Ellis at Locust Grove. Obviously, Nigel Newkirk, who is at Ola. So there's some dogs out there, just don't get necessarily the same exposure as where you guys are at. So just want to get us some praise and some love. But overall, I thought a great camp, and I think coach is just going to continue to build off of it and continue to just help out these kids and just getting experience in a good coaching. So I thought he did an awesome job.
100%. Sorry. 110%, man. Like I said, definitely one of the better camps. I've tweeted about definitely one of the camps I've been to, hands down. A lot of times, kids go to certain camps and you kind of get lost and not getting your own reps. But this camp, obviously, limited amount of kids, you're going to get those reps. So you have more hands-on coaching from the teaching. Get hands-on from the teaching. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, shout out to Coach Dan for putting that on, man. Definitely, kids, media, stay tuned for the next one. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a great event. You definitely want to be a part of something great.
Straight like that, man. And I think we got two more things real quick before we wrap up and get to our basketball. So I'm going to start, obviously, with the fellas, man. Y'all haven't commented. I'm waiting on y'all. I kind of already created a top 20 list on this 2027 class. So we don't have to do it next week or the week after. But I know this is a prime. This is a peak period. But I do want to get this out just before they start doing rankings on this rising sophomore class, just to put people up on game and talk about some of these outstanding former freshmen, rising sophomores. But what do you guys think? I guess let's set a deadline or a date when we want to reveal it on the show, and guys can do a little bit of homework. I mean, I already did 85, 90%, put some guys on there, but I do want your input. I do want y'all input because y'all great football savants and experts. So I do want y'all opinions on it. And to put me up on game, I don't want it to be a Najeh's list. I want it to be a Jerome and a Bacon's list as well. So
first and foremost list.
So what y'all think?
I'm down. No, I was gonna say I'm down. I'm starting to get a couple of more names kind of circling in my head right now. I do have to do a entire 2027 kind of list too, because I don't want to just get guys that I've heard of. I want to get like a compilation. Right. So it's gonna take me a little bit, but definitely, man, I'll love to do that. Maybe sometime in July.
All right. There's a lot going on in July, but that'd be the best time to do it because once August hits, it's all downhill. So July is the best time to do it. Yeah. Let's see. We can either do it week after Hoover or week before Hoover. I think that's going to be the gray area.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that too. So that is 13, 14. Ooh, I say let's do weekend after because that weekend before is 4th of July. I don't think y'all going. We could. That might be a little too quick.
Still, like you said, there's commitments going on 4th of July. Nah.
There'll be so much going on. So I think the weekend after kind of settled down, teams are starting to get what they can finna get into practice. Yeah, I think that July looks like real quick. July looks like 16th. I think that's a good time. July 16th. Lock that in. All right, bet that. All right, so guys, that's when that'll be revealed on July 16th. Show we'll have obviously keep our buddy Romy very, very busy, but he'll have all the graphics and everything, and we'll have our list and
on the fly too, ladies and gentlemen.
On the fly. So stay tuned for that. 7:30 p.m. July 16th. We'll have that ready to go for y'all. 2027 top 25 list. But let's keep it rolling. Let's go ahead and finish off football. Get Raw on here and talk about latest recruiting frenzy and updates. Me and Bacon got a whole list, so we'll start with you, Jerome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole list, but I want to talk about one player in particular. Let me put him on here so I'm gonna try to say his name right, because he just committed to a school that I like a lot. Let me double check real quick, because this is the thing I like about Michigan, man. We don't recruit heavy like all these other schools, but we always come in late with a couple of bangers, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's get it. Like, let's do it. So hold on, let me find him.
Y'all have specific players y'all target. That's what makes y'all different. Y'all don't go after just the high names. It's like a specific player Michigan looks for. Yeah,
and I kind of like that about us, man, because it also shows that we can develop people and players too. So I really do like that about us. Let me see, man, blanking on the reporter's name. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. If y'all have something, you can say something real quick. So
you got a whole laundry list. All right, so go and give y'all the latest on Georgia Tech, man. Oh my Lord,
man, come on,
bro. Sunday was ridiculous, bro. Like Jax, I think wrote 3-4 articles. Bacon wrote an article. I wrote 2. I was doing one, and the next thing you know, I mean, just y'all, the whole day it was just okay. This guy's committed to Tech. That guy's committed to Tech. That guy's committed to Tech. It was ridiculous, bro. But I gotta give a shout out to Bacon. Bacon called it about Dalen Pinson, man, and just how much they were on him when he was at Tech. I did not expect a recruitment or commitment from him, obviously, this early on, but just getting in guys like him, Sam Turner from Southwest DeKalb, obviously Pinson from Sandy Creek.
Yes.
Bringing in those guys helped uplift this class to top 25. Georgia Tech wasn't even in that conversation. So Coach Key and their recruiting analysts, they're doing an outstanding job bringing these guys.
Yes.
And like I said, I told y'all years ago, like 2 years ago, that Georgia Tech was a program on the rise, and they continue to show that. So I think it starts with them in that first game against Florida State. Can they set the tone? Can they pull up an upset victory and, kind of be, I don't want to say the darlings of college football, but just kind of show like, oh, we not nothing to play with. Like we come in with steam. And if you get that week 1 win against a team that really should have been in a college football playoff for Georgia Tech, and you beat Florida State, then you put more eyes on you. Oh, wow, is Tech back? Like 4-time national champion winner, are they back? That's going to be probably a lot of the media conversation. Then you start getting national media news, which they haven't had, really in a long time. So I think that would be good for them. But yeah, shout out to them. Obviously, they got Connor Roche, or Roosh, I should say, from Wesleyan, the tight end. I don't know. He's an interesting prospect because he plays, defensive end for them. He had 46 tackles this past year, 18 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, Bacon. He projects really well off the edge, man. So I don't know if he's going to stay at the tight end. It'd be interesting to see what he plays as a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket because dude looks really good off the edge, man. I didn't really see a lot of his tape off the tight end, but they landed him as well. That's one of the tight end commits. And then they landed Jamari Bryce. I think that's a slept-on one. It's a lot of programs interested in him. Georgia, Oregon, a lot of former Pac-12 teams that are obviously transitioned over. A lot of teams wanted him. So for Georgia Tech to land him, that's another legit one. Landed Jamari Bryce. And obviously landed the offensive lineman, I should say, from Lancaster, who led his team to the semifinals this past year. So Georgia Tech's cooking, man, and this is the time to do it. And they're really taking advantage of that OV weekend, man, and getting these guys locked in. But I throw to you, Bacon. I don't want to take the whole spiel, but I throw it to you. That's my thoughts.
Nah, you good, man. I'm finna share my screen right quick.
While you doing that, I remember who it was.
Say it again.
So I had to look it up because I can't remember his name. Jalen Williams, defensive lineman, 4-star, is committed to Michigan. A huge get for us. At the same time, I was trying to remember the guy from OT7 that covers Michigan that I follow. Can't remember his name for some reason. But another guy that is visiting Michigan this week will be actually in 8 days. It's my guy Johnson from ID Academy, running back, really good player right there, man. Hopefully we can get him in. That'd be crazy if we can get somebody like him back there. I know Michigan love their running back, and value running backs more than a lot of teams still do. So I would love for him to play for the Blues. So that's my little update. Sorry about that.
Nah, you good, bro. Definitely got to shout the Wolverines. That's the hometown. That's your squad. You bleed blue and gold, bro. But nonetheless, I brought this up first, man. This is breaking news. Colin Hurd, East Coweta, one of the big twins. It just was blessed and regarded with an offer from the University of Georgia. So that's big for him. You know what I'm saying? Big for the community. The community's going up right now. You know what I'm saying? You got Rodney Colton just committed to the Gamecocks a couple months ago. You know what I'm saying? You got Colin Hurd out of East Coweta just picked up his offer from UGA. His brother probably pick up one soon. He got offers from Maryland. Where else? I believe he got some from maybe USF. I don't want to say any other offers that I don't know about, but definitely the big time. And I'm going to switch over to something else. I want to stop sharing this and share another part of my Twitter that I got my tabs open up here. I did an interview with Darion Horsley. You know what I'm saying? Especially young man's got an aspiring story. Also another brother from Tourney, East Coweta High School. He'll be I'll let him tell you. So let me back this up and get my audio going.
Right now, I think it should be good. I'm just ready to go on the OV, see how it feels, get a feel for it. Then after that, I'm coming after the OV, Mississippi State. I'm coming after that.
On campus when you come back home.
When I come back home, I'm coming.
Okay, for sure. So there you have it, you ladies and gentlemen. Darion just went on a visit to Eastern Carolina University. He'd love to visit. Coach Rico Zachary is the outside linebacker coach. He's also from Noonan, so they got their relationship going. He'll be going to Mississippi State, like you said, in a couple weeks. He's also got an offer from Georgia State, FAMU, Florida, Marshall, and yes, sir, a couple more. But that's what I got listed right there. So that's what I'm going with right now. But like I said, super special kids, got a great story. Definitely inspiring. So definitely tap into Dream Chaser Arvon Bacon, or just go to the YouTube Bacon Network to tap into the whole Tell Your Story to kind of dive a little deeper, you know what I'm saying, peel the layers back, kind of understand who he is as a human being, not just as a football player, because what we try to strive in, not just telling you about the young man on the field, but telling you about the man, the character behind the helmet. So yes, sir, man. Great kid. Let's see. Next.
Who's next?
Let's see, man. I was getting ready to go to some South Carolina news.
No, I mean, who's next on who tell your story? Who's next?
Oh, who's next?
Yes.
I don't know who's next, but it's kind of like spontaneous, bro. I've been doing one I could do. You know what I'm saying, on countless of people, but you know what I'm saying, you gotta hit them up. You know what I'm saying, you don't want to I can't just be confirming and confirm with other people, brother. So I can tell you who I like to have now. I like that, you know what I'm saying, I have one, 2 y'all brothers on here. Let y'all tell y'all story. Like, you know what I'm saying, talk to Evan Harvey. I just like to get Dalen Pinson on here, man. Like to get Rodney, but you know what I'm saying, I got to hit these boys in DMs. Say, hey, man, can we do it? I was trying to get Hoss and Huddle on here. You know what I'm saying? We never got that. It kind of fell through, kind of in limbo, so you never know. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm always working, brother. I'm always working. For sure. But let me tap into South Carolina real quick. I saw they had, I think, one or two commits in the month of June. South Carolina football recruiting class 2025. All right. right, like 2 Chainz would say. All right, yes, sir. Jaquel Holman, 4-star, 3-star athlete out of Blackville, South Carolina. He is committed to the Gamecocks as well as Kobe Sky Pra out of Roswell, Georgia. Does that name resonate with any one of you two? Now I'll share my screen. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Come on, Bacon.
I got you, brother. I got you. Patience is virtue, my friend. So does that name ring a bell to y'all, Kobe?
I never heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Kobe Sackapra plays at Roswell. He's the next great pass rusher that's supposed to come through the program. Last year they had Chase Morrison, who's at Virginia. So no, he's legit, bro. I think they're supposed to be at the Georgia Tech Corky Kell 707 tomorrow. But yeah, Kobe Sackapra, yeah, he's legit, bro. He's gonna be definitely one of the best players on their team this upcoming year. Him and Saquon Smith. So those are 2 names to know. But yeah, he's legit.
How do you do it, bro? How do you do it? Another one, Christopher Hatfield, Long County, Lincoln County, Georgia, 3-star cornerback, has committed to South Carolina as well. The 11th. What is that? Today, matter of fact.
Long, athletic, good athleticism, plays the ball well. I've seen a little bit of his film before. Has continued to grow and progress, gotten better and better over the course of his career, man. Another good ad for the program.
Where is Long County? I never heard of that.
Yeah, I never heard that either. Lincoln Line. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying? I always say this, man. I've said this on this podcast many times before. South Carolina does a great job at recruiting. Just you know what I'm saying? Some recruits until they get the blockbusters, but they're always on the trail. They're always going to be at those games where, like, you know what I'm saying, small town schools are going to send their coaches out. They're real personable. You know what I'm saying? And if you're trying to build your community, build your landscape, that's how you got to do it, man. You got to just be personable. You know what I'm saying? Treat others how you want to be treated at the end of the day, and they get that up there. So shout out to Coach Beamer and the whole coaching staff, man. So yeah, that'll probably conclude my recruiting news. Squawk of the street. Let me hit it raw. Let me see what you got going on.
Whoa. You want to just get into the 3-man weave first?
Say it again.
Want to just get into this 3-man weave? Or do we need to do latest on football? Or that's pretty
let me ask Najeh. I heard Westlake didn't do too hot today. I heard things was tough for the kids in blue and gold, blue and silver.
Travis is elite. Didn't have his best day. And they had some problems covering today. Now I can't speak on it. This is what I've heard. So if they're watching, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. This is what I heard from people that watched. I didn't see Westlake at all today. They were at Bobby Dodd. I was doing a lot of my coverage at Brock Indoor, so I didn't even get to see Westlake today. Unfortunately, that was one of my schools I wanted to see, but I ended up getting tied up covering other schools and got real busy. But that is what I heard too. 4 or 5 people told me the same thing. Again, that is from what I heard. That's not my word.
They gotta come after you, bro. I'm just letting you know.
What? I just caught what you said, bro. Jerome be trying to make little comments. I'm dead. But yeah, I heard it was a struggle. But Mill Creek, I heard, was a pretty decent performing. In it as well. Buford, I heard ups and downs from different people, but when I watched them, they looked good. I think they got a lot of athletes, a lot of people. You know, we was talking about a little bit Bacon, but then when they was playing against Northern, not playing Jaden Parlati. But like I said, man, that is a 7-on-7. You don't hurt your best talent. Not saying Buford does that, but they did it the right way. And I know, as you probably was talking about, they just rotate their players. It's just like, yeah, you don't like you need him, bro. Do you know who they're playing this year? Like they got Milton to start the season, Douglas County in there. Like they need their best players in the game. This right now doesn't matter. This is cool, yeah, to win a trophy 100%, but you need your top players to play at those critical
pass. Come on, yeah,
come on, bro. He one of their best players, bro. You need him when it matters most. You don't need him getting hurt. And we've seen that with Creekside, unfortunately. A great program. Coach Dixon does a phenomenal job. Obviously, the DC does a good job. Love him as well. But, one of their players went down. Hopefully, it was just, cramps. But things like that, you just don't want to overexert, man.
100%. Well, sending well wishes to that young man. Definitely be sending some prayers up for him for speedy recovery. Like you said, Najeh, Jerome. Hope it's mine. He can bounce back from this and have an extraordinary, whether it be sophomore, junior, or senior year. I think it's a defensive back.
Yes, I think it's Sean Williams. I believe.
Allegedly.
Getting injured.
You say it again.
He went down towards the end. I don't know if he pulled some or, there's no news of the severity, but he just went down. So, yeah, I'm not sure. It might have been just a cramp, man. Being in that hot sun all day.
Yeah.
You know.
Still nothing from the guest room. I just texted him. So I'm saying we'll give some time. We can hop into the 3-man weave. We can bring him on whenever he shows up.
All right. So, guys, that is the end of the football segment. Keep it locked. We will have more news and updates next week as well. Obviously, we'll get into where we're going to be this upcoming weekend and things like that in those junctures.
Like this.
We will be back. Yeah, if Baker's saying that, that he has enough content to last him for a while. Because usually Bacon is always finding something to do with Astro Dream or Skyhawk, something. Bacon is trying to tap into something going on in Atlanta. So
100%.
But without further ado, we're going to pass it to you for the 3-man week.
You see, both hands caught the ball like this, we came with the right and pedestrians. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now watching, if you've been watching us for a while, this is the best basketball segment known to man, woman, child, and animal, and super fan, mega fan, whatever you want to say. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about basketball. And 1, 2, 3, this is the 3-man weave. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Oh yeah.
First and foremost, I believe I gotta ask y'all opinion. And we don't have this on our list, but it's been a hot topic, and I'm saying we can be real brief because I don't want to continue to beat this topic into the ground. I'm sure everybody knows by now. Of course. I'll give my take first. We're getting ready to talk about the leaving off Caitlin Clark on the Olympic WNBA Olympic team. After hearing
USA.
Yeah, the Team USA, excuse me. I don't know what I said. I probably said with the Olympic team. Yeah, but WNBA Team USA for the women's. After hearing different WNBA former players, what I'm saying, they said that they had tryouts to get on this team that she was not a part of. She was actually participating in the Final Four, potentially trying to win her first natty, but she didn't win. But nonetheless, I get their point. I'm saying? She hasn't been there to practice, but I would like to see her on this team because she's one of the best shooters to ever play. When she retires, she'll be one of the best shooters to ever play the game in WNBA, period, unless she gets injured. But when she goes to that left, it's draws every time. It's a young lady, I can't remember her name, that hasn't actually played a WNBA season this year, and she decides she can't go. I think that should be the number one consideration, putting Caitlin Clark on this team. She's a true point guard, so I know they talk about the chemistry, whoop, all this, but only if she decides to remove herself from the team should Caitlin Clark be on this team. But I understand the point of her not being a part of the process. The world is catching up, so we want to do senior led and secure the 8th straight title for the women's national team, which is a great feat in itself. So I understand. Would I like to see her? Yes, but that's what I'll say for right now. And I pass it to whoever wants to go next.
Real quick, I'm sorry for going back on football, but Taylor Teller was at OT7. I didn't even realize it.
Who?
Taylor Teller, the one that committed to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
He's at OT7. I didn't. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Back to Caitlin Clarkson. I can't take credit for saying this because I've seen it online, and when I read it, I was like, that makes so much sense, and I agree with it. She literally just came off of a national championship run. she had very little time to prepare because she had to get ready for the NBA, the WNBA draft. You know, you got the NBA draft, and then right after the NBA draft, they had almost 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, something like that, until the season started. Yep. So people are saying, she got snubbed, but at the same time, like she needs rest on her body, bro. She needs rest on her body. Get her ready for next year. You know what I mean? Like, I get that's what we want to see, but I think that was part of the problem that she didn't get into it because she's been back to back, especially with her being a young body, being as I want to say abused, but as much as she's getting banged up during the season right now too, like she needs rest. You know what I mean? So wrap it up. She's still young, she's still athletic, but got to take care of that body for the long run. So I'm not upset that she's not ready for those purposes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, Jerome. Probably didn't think of it that way as far as her rest. You're right, because she went straight from that college basketball season along with making the NCAA championship game right into 2-3 weeks later in training camp, and then the WNBA season, which I think they need to do a better job of making it go a little bit further. And what by that I mean just delaying the season maybe just a little bit. Obviously, I know you don't want to interfere when NBA basketball starts and stuff like that, but just maybe wrap it up before then. But I think giving them a little bit of a window to kind of start maybe like way later May or like really early June. I know that's the finals or whatever, or maybe right after. There's not as many teams, Jerome. Maybe starting right after the NBA finals is over, whatever it may be, just so that they get more of the forefront and that these rookies can come in and kind of continue to improve their craft and be ready to go. Because like you said, we probably never get the full Caitlin Clark because one, she's adjusting, two, she's getting a shorter span to do it. An example is NBA, Jerome, right? The NBA season going to end in June. These players ain't going to start until October. You're getting 3-4 months. Same with the rookies that just got drafted in April. You ain't starting until September. You're getting some months to work on your craft and perfect it, learning the system and everything before you go in. So good point by you.
A little healing up as well, man. Healing up. You get to heal up a little bit. I said healing up. Just being able to heal up a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And giving your body 100%. My stance is, as a whole, I don't know what we're doing for as a sport. What are we doing? This is the most popular player in the world right now when it comes to girls basketball. So are you trying to grow the game? Are you trying to get more eyes or whatnot? If she's down to play, let her play. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely – I'm not saying she's a top 12 player in the WNBA right now, but just off of ticket sales alone, off of, merchandising, bringing in revenue, things like that. I'm not saying use her to profit, but I'm just saying if she's that big of a name and big of a brand, let other people across seas see that as well. That can bring more revenue in, which is obviously what the WNBA is trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's only going to help you if Caitlin Clark, think about this, y'all, becomes an international player. We've seen it with guys like Kobe becoming like an international player, this big one. We've seen a couple NBA players that are from here in the States that have done that. So I just think if you're trying to grow the game, I think that she should at least be considered or have been in it, in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be interesting to kind of see, where it goes. And I know the counter argument too is like, oh, well, we don't want to get the backlash, if she doesn't get the playing time, which is true. I don't disagree with that point either, because media outlets are going to talk about it like, oh, why is Caitlin Clark only getting 12 minutes in a Olympic game? So I heard that's one of the reasons why they didn't want to bring her on tour, just to kind of deal with that and the whole media frenzy. So go back to the point I was telling y'all boys, like the media has a lot to do with some of the stuff too. And it's important how they kind of center their coverage as well, because, that probably was going to be one of the talking points.
Yeah, for sure. I know they were talking about her kind of, it'll bring, definitely bringing media, it'll bring distractions, but I think that's what comes with it when you're trying to grow something. You're going to get bad media, good press, bad press, but all press is good press. But nonetheless, the women's basketball world does have a lot of light it has a lot of light right now. So if they go out there, which I feel like they will, Asia Wilson, Stewie, Deanna Taurasi, they go out there and win gold for 8 straight time. That's a headline in itself. So I just think if Caitlin's playing, I think it does a lot more. But nonetheless, I think they'll do a great job. But switching over We're still waiting on our guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Connecticut Sun, they lost their first game this Saturday against the New York Liberty. Getting ready to share the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, so you can't see it. They lost 82-75. It looks like they had a tough night scoring the ball. Duana Bonner was 4 for 14, 28% from the field. She did hit all of her free throws, 6 for 6. No turnovers, 1 steal. Got in foul trouble with 8 rebounds. There's Alyssa Thomas. She had 12 rebounds, 2 offensive, 10. She shot solid from the field, but when DeWanna Bonner's not scoring the ball for them, they're definitely a different team. She only had how many points? Let me see. Don't see it right now, but nonetheless, it's fine. So she had two made threes. That's 6. So she probably only had like 10, 11 points. I'm saying scroll down to the Liberty. Stewie shot exceptional, 45, 33 from 3. So you know what I mean. But when you win 10-0, you know what I mean. You're bound to lose one. You rather get that behind you now than still have that weight hanging off your head when you get further down the road. So, but nonetheless, shout out to let's get this skins promo out the way, man. We need all them ad dollars if we're gonna be putting skins up, man. So Kim K highlights. But yeah, man. So shout out to New York Liberty for putting out that upset, man. What y'all thought? So did y'all see the highlights or watch the game?
I did not get to see that one, unfortunately. I did hear some things that she was obviously circling. One of your clips actually went pretty viral. I got up to 10K on DeWanna Bonner as well when you went to go see her. I didn't see that one, but obviously we know how good New York Liberty is. They're going to be there when it's said and done. Obviously, Connecticut Sun is one of the best teams. I didn't get to see a lot. It was a busy weekend for me. But what I will say, that's good for New York Liberty, who I think they went on a 1 or 2 game losing streak, I think, earlier in the season. So good for them to kind of see a good measuring stick. It's still early in the season, but good measuring stick to see where they are and being able to limit them to a certain degree of how good Connecticut is. And that's big. You got Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and you made it all the way to the semis last year. So I think that's big for them and just building to where they want to be.
100%. And Jerome?
No, I haven't seen the game at all, so I don't know much about it. So.
100%. Let me go to the news here. See if we got any WNBA news. So, have y'all, gentlemen, have y'all watched a WNBA game this season?
Come on, Bacon. What kind of question is that?
Yes, so I'm assuming the answer is yes.
Of course. We've been on this show talking all WNBA. We've had a segment.
Yeah, but like watching the highlights and the game is like 2 different things.
When have I came on here and said I've watched highlights, Bacon? I've sit and watched multiple games this year. I'm up to 7 or 8 when I've had time, Bacon. Yes. That's watching highlights. You can't just analyze highlights, buddy. Yes.
100%.
I've been tapped in. Now, I'll be real with you, being 100% transparent to try to be authentic. This past week, I have not. I've been so busy with just the content that we've had, Bacon, with the 707 and what we did at the Recruit Nigga Camp. I have not had time, but I will be tapping back in as it kind of slows down a little bit.
100%.
Yes.
Well, and voting for tip-off. I mean, not for tip-off. Voting for the WNBA All-Star Game 2024 tips off this Thursday, June 13th. So look out for the links, man. Vote for your favorite WNBA player, man. Send it to the All-Star Game so you can watch the game and cheer on, man. Be on Twitter. Do what you want to do as a fan. So don't forget, voting starts for WNBA All-Star Game this Thursday, June 13th, man. Let's see. Connecticut Sun announced the schedule of events for its game at TD Garden. So there's also been a lot of talk about when Caitlin Clark comes into town, she's playing, ain't that no WNBA arena, baby. She's playing at the NBA, the NBA. She's playing at the NBA arenas, man. So another factor for her, you know what I'm saying, being a big draw. Stylist, man. They got a lot of style. Who is this? Cameron Brink, man. They got fashion segments on here. They got a lot of good stuff on this WNBA website, man. We'll move on from the W news right now. We're gonna move on to the NBA news. Is Dallas in trouble, man?
I'll start this segment. Let me start this.
Yeah.
they are a little bit in trouble. Just a little bit. Always I say a little bit. I would have said a lot if Porzingis was playing day to day with the injury. Man, he's like another AD. Just can't avoid injury, dog. Always finding something, whether he's falling or slipping or makes the wrong cut. I mean, it's always something with Porzingis, man. But I think with him, it just it makes them OP. But when he's hurt, I think the Boston's a little bit more susceptible. Not susceptible to where they could lose the series, but a little bit more competitive. But this just comes down to somebody else has to step up besides Luka. That's what it is. He hasn't been great. I think he had 8 turnovers the other night. He has to slow it down. Like I'm gonna be honest, you're making us analyzing the game. And it's like some of them, like, okay, so you have Tatum on him or Brown, and then like he'll get to a spot, lose his dribble, and then he just flicks the ball up. It's like, bro, you're not gonna win beating the Celtics like that, bro. You can't do that when you get frustrated. And a lot of times too, they need to get out on the break. Like they throw it to Luka, Luka slows it down. I understand that's his game, it's not wrong. I still think he's one of the top players in the game. Throw it to Kyrie, bro. Get it to Kyrie in transition. Get it to PJ. Let them get early. Yes, go get early buckets. So one, which I'm gonna talk about in a second, Kyrie can get in a rhythm. So then them tough shots that he usually hits that he's missing right now in this series, he already got a rhythm and established, and it can get going. And it's the same thing with your role players. There's no rhythm right now. It's going through Luka, and then when Luka's like kind of tramped up, Kyrie's having to try to create something, and he don't have no rhythm. So to create a rhythm, Bacon, and you know this well, you follow hoops for a while, get to the basket. You know what I'm saying? Now, when that defense is set for the Celtics, it's tougher too because they're swarming, right? Once you get past the first wave, Drew Holiday's there, Jaylen Brown is there as a weak side defender, or Jason Tatum is there, or Porzingis is there, or Horford. So you got to beat them in transition. When you get a steal, a turnover, a rebound, push in transition, give it to Kyrie, PJ, one of them guys. Get them guys going early. So then when the defense is in that set half-court defense, it's tougher for them to react. And then them guys that are missing them shots, the PJs and the Maxi Klebers and guys like that they depend on, they'll start hitting them shots because they already found a rhythm. So I think they are in trouble. But if they can get a legit game out of Kyrie, which he has not been himself this finals. I mean, he's the one with the most experience, y'all. And Luka has looked better this series. So he needs his running mate. If they're gonna have a chance, for one, their role players got to play better, and for two, Kyrie got to play like the starter he is.
100%, definitely. I like that point. They got to get out in transition more. They're gonna have to be in transition. I just looked up on ESPN on the road splits. Jason Tatum has performed a lot better on the road, and he hasn't had his best games at home. Although I will say that Boston, if they were playing any other team in the West, it's probably be a totally different series. Even though they've been beating up on the Mavericks, there's still stretches in the game where they're just jacking up threes and it's clink, 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 clink. And what I'm saying, obviously, Dallas is just struggling to get past, like you said, the first wave of defense because they got so many elite perimeter defenders. And then you got Kristaps challenging guards at the rim, guards and bigs at the rim. But you know what I'm saying, maybe Tatum have an exceptional game on the road. I kind of doubt it, but you know what I'm saying, I'm not saying he's going to surprise me, but that's definitely possible. But I mean, the bench played well, man. I would like to see Jason Kidd play Tim Hardaway Jr. a lot more and another fellow. But other than that, that's been my only gripe with J Kidd. Kyrie's got to play better. If they lose game 3, you can hang it up. If Kyrie scores under probably 25, you can hang it up. Unless Tim Hardaway comes in and gives you 18 off the bench. But if they don't do that, man, we can bring the brooms out. Real talk. What you got, Jerome?
Yeah, man. I don't like Boston. But they are the best team, man, right now. Porzingis not being there might take a little dent in there where it might not be a sweep because that, but I just don't see the Max coming back to this, man. And like Najeh said, Kyrie needs to step up. He looked real good in the last series. Now he's taking vacation, I guess, and and I think he does this a lot, where he kind of disappears sometimes. He look like an all-star, and then all of a sudden he kind of disappears sometimes. So he does this a lot. So, you want a little bit more consistency with Kyrie and being able to get out there and show his dominance so his team can, get back out of this hole. But I just, Jalen, Jason, the defense, it's just too good right now for the Mavs. So I don't see it happening. I give him one game though. I will give him one game just because I will say his name wrong. Porzingis.
Porzingis, yeah, that's pretty good.
Porzingis, yeah. Since he's gonna fit like Lana said, he's gonna put a little damper in that, but I still don't think Mavs are up for the long run of this. So.
100%, man. It's also Maya Moore's birthday today, so shout out to Maya Moore. Wanting to go to the WNBA realm. 4-time WNBA champion, 2013 Finals MVP, 2014 WNBA Finals MVP. 2014, the 2014 WNBA MVP of the league. 5-time WNBA All-Star Rookie of the Year, 2-time Natty champ in college, and also 2-time gold wearer at the Olympic level. So happy birthday, Miss Maya Moore. Just want to throw that in there. So switching over to the Lakers, man. They didn't get the head coach from the Huskies. I think he did a great job of
great job.
Good
job. Stay where you at.
He was going to get fired anyway, and he's going to go back to college. So
gonna be a 1 year, 2 year. Oh, we're playing team. Oh, you're fired. No, bro.
We're still in the pay though, but you're fired. Yeah. So I think he did a good job. So the two names, I think it's 3 now, but definitely JJ Redick, coach at Boston right now. Sam Cassell, and the third name got mentioned today, but I don't remember who that is. But just what's your thoughts? I think Sam Cassell. I think they need to hire Sam Cassell. I don't really like the JJ Redick just because he's a first year head coach. Not really has any experience. Doc came on record on Stephen A's podcast, talked about it, man. Like it's a transition from being a player to a head coach. There's a lot of things that you see your coaches doing that you didn't like that you understand now. So I think Sam Cassell is the candidate to go with. Will they appease LeBron and sign JJ Redick to be the head coach? Probably, but I don't like it.
Yeah. Where did he play, bro? Because this name sounds so familiar.
He played for the Clippers. I think he played for the Mavs, Pelicans.
I can't remember who he is. His name sounds so familiar.
Played for Duke too, if I'm not mistaken. One of the best shooters that ever played basketball.
Gotcha.
I'll see if I can pull him.
I know I've seen him play. I just can't remember where I've seen him play at.
JJ Redick.
I know JJ from Sixers.
Here we go. I got you, G. Got you a little something. Got you a little something.
You got me a little thing? Okay. A little gift of bacon.
Just a little, you know what I'm saying? So you can see what it look like.
Okay.
Boom.
I know JJ from playing on Sixers. I'm talking about Sam Cassell.
Oh, Sam Cassell. Oh, okay. Sam Cassell played for the Celtics. Yes, sir. Sam Cassell. No, he didn't. I think he did play with the Celtics. Let me go to Google for this. But he is known for his time playing in Houston. He played with Kenny Smith and Hakeem with Dream Olajuwon. Sam Cassell. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Now, yeah.
Okay, Baltimore, Maryland.
Be more.
There we go. But yeah, Sam Cassell. That's the man I go with. He's been real hands on with the Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and he's been coined as the reason why Jaylen Brown has played so well these past couple of years. So you got a Richmond like that, you got to bring him in. But switching, you see, we talked about the NBA. The NBA. Is there any more NBA news? Who's the most surprising player to y'all in the NBA playoffs?
We're talking about finals, or are you just talking about in general?
Whole NBA playoffs.
Got to be in. I don't think there's no other response. He put people don't notice. People knew he was good, but they didn't know like to anoint him as a superstar. So I think it has been the most surprising. I didn't say the best. I said the most surprising for sure. You know, I won't say he came out of nowhere. He was good, but it was like, can he get to elite? Can he be the best player on his team? Those were the questions going in, and he's answered and qualmed all of them. So the most surprising, I would say him. My number 2, and I throw it to Jerome because I think Jerome wants to go. I would say Jaylen Brown. A lot of people think it's a hot take. Obviously, Jason Tatum. If you're a true basketball savant, you know Jason Tatum's affecting the game in a multitude of ways, right? You don't have to be a scoring prowess in order to affect the game, right? And that's what he's showing right now, a complete game for him, right? We've seen it with Steph Curry when we go back to the 2022 finals. Has Steph Curry ever been the best defender on his team? Hell no. But he took the challenge. You know what I'm saying? He took the challenge, right? He got bigger over that offseason, right? He was guarding, he's in a lot of switches and rolls, and he was holding his own, getting steals, deflections. Like, that's what people want to see. Can you level up your game in other ways? He'll never be a defender, but he did enough in order to be effective to help his team win the championship. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, Jaylen Brown has ascended. When we question, you just brought up either Jerome or Bacon brought up this point, they're just jacking up threes, right? Against another team, it might be a different story. I feel like Brown knows now, okay, if my shot's not falling, right, let me get to the basket. Let me get an easy bucket. Let me get to the cup. Let me get going. Let me attack the rim. I feel like before, like they go back in that 22 finals, they would just keep jacking up threes and missing, jacking up mid-ranges. I feel like his mentality is way different. He takes the challenge defensively, right, to guard the best player, which is Luka Doncic. Obviously, Luka's going to go off, but he's making it tough for him. He's tiring him out, right? He's switching on him on defense, right? And we didn't see that in Minnesota series. They didn't attack Luka enough. You got to attack Luka, if you want to kind of tire him out, you know what I'm saying, and don't give him as effective as he is on the other side. So I feel like those two would be the most surprising. Jaylen, because of what he could do on both ends of the floor, and two, him just taking that challenge, man. And I think, again, I still think he's the best player on the Celtics.
I hate that you said that because literally right before we got on this podcast, me and Lamar just talking about this, and we selected the same 2 players that you just said. So I was going to say the same 2 guys, Jaylen Brown and Anthony Edwards. And LaMarcus, if you're watching, he did say you might watch. If you're watching this, please back me up on this because we literally just had this conversation right before the podcast. So yeah, that was my 2 guys as well, man. I'm kind of mad. I kind of mad at you at first now because it made me look like I'm copying up for you, but that's the 2 guys. I think they're the most improved guys, the guys that showed the most, in the playoffs, and it shows how far they got in the playoffs. So
that's on me, Twin, because I had a couple more. That's on me. I didn't know you was gonna go there. I should let you go because I got a couple more. I'm gonna go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we don't conspiracize as before this when we like try to figure out all these topics and stuff like that. So we don't connect. So we don't know what any of us gonna say. So I like it like this stuff, but yeah, you got my guys. It was so fun to me and Lauren just talking about this.
Dang. Well, I'll throw 2 more. Bacon. Tyrese Halliburton's another one. He was surprising in this playoffs. Nobody thought he was going to take that step because you got to remember the Kings back in the day, right? They had to choose between De'Aaron Fox or Halliburton, 2 great players, but just doesn't mesh well.
Right.
Sent them off. Nobody thought Indiana was going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, granted, I think it would have been the Knicks if they would have been fully healthy, and I think that would have been a more electric Eastern Conference Finals between those 2 teams because that's the one I really wanted to see. Right. But I thought he did a good job all season being an all-star. I think he was a starter, if I'm not mistaken. And what he was able to do this year, I think just surprised a lot of folks as well. And then Andrew Nembhard, they got swept, but he came up big. He showed he could be another reliable scoring threat outside of Halliburton and could really step up for his team. So those are the other 2 I probably should have said instead, but I'm waiting to shout out as well.
100%, man. I'll go out on a limb and I'll say Kristaps, to be honest. I didn't think Kristaps was going to come back and be as electric as he was game 1 coming out the bench, missing an extensive period of time like that. I know people, we all know how Kristaps is. He's a 7'3" unicorn, but I just didn't expect that on a two miss shot game. So I said Kristaps. I think Tyrese was a good one. DiVincenzo for the Knicks. He came up big. Like I said, all these players that I'm naming or that we have named are good players. Just we didn't expect these guys like these names to be like, yeah, DiVincenzo is going to carry the Knicks, man. Josh Hart was going to have that type of performance, grabbing double. I mean, he was rebounding the ball. Was he rebounding the ball like that during the season? He was okay, but you know what I'm saying. This is his performance to be able to take over a game for the Knicks. I'll do one more if I can think of one. No, I'll let it go. Ooh. I even throw in young Derek Lively, man. You know what I'm saying? His performance against Minnesota. Against Minnesota, man. I didn't think he was gonna be able to hang with Carl and Rudy. You know what I'm saying? Rudy and they was sucking up balls on the glass. No balls. They was getting rebounds. You know what I'm saying? They was getting great. It was getting great rebounds. I didn't expect them to come in as a rookie, being the youngest rookie to ever play in the finals.
Video on that one, bro.
Undercutting Magic Johnson, the youngest rookie, man. Like I said, we'll move on. Just another love TKO. I'm gonna show. Pull up some news. The top 100 is the top 100 camp is going on right now in Orlando, Florida. I believe at the Disney, whatever they call it. What was it called, y'all? I know this Disney Sports Complex.
Sure.
So I get my computer to act right. The championships will be aired tomorrow on ESPN3. That's gonna be big. The championship game, top 100. Let me go down to the names. Who's all there? All right, here we are. So some notable names that who's there. And we'll put the last names first. Eric Chatfield, Pace Academy is there. Electric Score, Tyler Jordan is there. Jermaine O'Neal Jr., son of the great Jermaine O'Neal. He's there. I'm trying to seen Elijah Wan, Abdul Aziz Elijah Wan. I'm not sure if that's Hakeem's son, but if I had to guess, I would say so. Let's see. I know Kai Fleming is there. Oh, there he is. As I put my cursor on him.
Jacob Wilkins is there.
Jacob Wilkins is there.
Caleb Holt's there.
Caleb Holt, yes sir. Caleb Holt is there. Malik Thomas, who's been going crazy, is there. Sean Abev, he was at the Tip-Off Classic last summer. He's been a big stock riser playing on the Under Armour circuit. There's Jake. No, that's not Jacob. That's somebody else. Simon. I think Diop is there too. I don't think I've seen his name on there, but I think he's there as well. Boy, I got this. Let's see. Oh, can't forget my kind. There's Jacob right there. Tyler. And Tyler Jordan and Kai Fleming, they kind of grew up together. I saw his pops. Kai's pops put that out. They came up together, you know what I'm saying, playing basketball, you know what I'm saying, to see them both living out their dreams at the top 100 camp, playing on the circuit as top prospects. That's a beautiful sight to see, man. Because a lot of times those storylines don't happen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people you come up with us on the same journey with you, they tend to fizzle out sometimes. Sometimes they stick along, sometimes they don't. But when they do stick along and make it with you, it is a blessing. So I'm going to get ready to pull up some stats from this is day 2 from 8-Ball Hooper Insider. Kai Fleming had a phenomenal game day 2. Where's his name, man? Kai Fleming, 7 of 19, 2 for 6 from 3, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 17 total points, 2 assists, 3 turnovers, and 2 steals in 31 minutes of play. Another notable name, I think I seen Chatfield on here too. He struggled 3 for 8, 2 for 5 from 3, not bad. 8 points. You know what I'm saying? When you're scoring 8 points against these caliber of players, that's nothing to turn your nose up at, ladies and gentlemen. These are the elite of the elite, best of the best. It's top 100 for a reason. This is what people put on their bucket list when they start the journey. They all want to go to Orlando and put their names on. This single lone event right here. You perform well, you probably jump up 3 to 5 spots in the rankings. Caleb Porter's here as well. Him and Mazzy. I can't remember his last name. He's from California. He plays on Under Armour circuit as well. Those two have been big stock risers. I put an article out about them too on All Yellow Jackets. You know, check that out. The two prospects that have tech offers. Caleb Porter has been on campus at the Flats. He was with Kyle Fleming. They went on the same visits together. So those two are there. Well, Caleb Porter, so he's already top 3, 4 in the nation. So he may not bump maybe 1 or 2 spots, depending. But Mazzy will probably jump 3 or 4 spots. He's been doing his thing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about the top 100. We talked about the W. We talked about NBA and some news, WNBA news. Do we have any college news for anybody who wants to shout out? If not, that'll conclude the 3-man weave tonight.
Yeah, man. No college stuff, man. Right now, with everything kind of like, you know, the summer starting up and college is kind of out of commission at the moment. So, not in college, really. Outside of recruiting.
Right. Dang, twin. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that'll conclude the 3-man weave. And next up, where will we be at this week? I will be. I'm be here at the house, man. I'm be getting kind. I'm be here. I'm not gonna be feet. You know what I'm saying? Like this. I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be working. Probably have some movies on like I was this weekend. I watched Above the Rim. Watched, you know what I'm saying, movies like that. Some classics. Yeah, man. I probably watched Poetic Justice. I watched a little Rush Hour. Watched some classics. I watched The Great Debaters. That was my first time ever watching The Great Debaters. If you haven't seen The Great Debaters,
you late?
Yeah, I'm late. But
oh my god,
it was worth the wait. Right? Denzel, yeah, and
Smollett too, right?
Who?
Journey Smollett.
Yeah.
I just make sure I had it right. Yeah, Pops. Yeah, Pops was real educational, so he had me watching that. I at least watched that about 10, 15 times.
book reports too.
Oh, come on, bro. You already know. Book reports. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Reading for 3 hours a day.
Knowledge is power, bro.
Yeah, bro, for sure. Pops definitely had me on it.
Yeah. But so I watched that, but I also was editing, so I'm beginning that out. I'm gonna look to get our content from we went to Nashville, look to get that vlog out, let the people see how we've been moved, we've been, you know what I'm saying, shaking. So get that out for the people, man, as well as other sports content. But I will be here at the house, undisclosed. Disclosed.
No, I agree, man. I'm gonna be doing a lot of editing too. I still got OT7 stuff. I still got Cam Newton stuff that I still haven't get out yet. A little behind. Yeah, still a little behind on some stuff, man. So I'm gonna be sprinkling little things here and there. You know, I got a little bit of a content issue right now, but I'm not gonna say no line because I want them to manifest that. But I think we good and keep a good content, good spirit about that. But man, if everything goes well, I got a lot of content going out this week. So this weekend will be a rest weekend for me as far as, you know, going out to an event. But I know that the 21st is the show. And I told you boys that next weekend, this following weekend,
mm-hmm.
Try to get there weekend. It's called The Show by Next Gen. Try to get out there. I think it's still in Emerson, Georgia. I think that's what it is.
We out there, Lake Point.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's at. So
okay.
I gotta double check, make sure it's still in the same spot. But if you guys can definitely do that for next weekend, try to do that. A lot of teams, a lot of players from all over comes down to Georgia. I think that was one of the bigger events that we went to as far as getting content and getting, eyes on us, sure. So if you can do it, definitely do so. For sure.
100%.
What about you, Najeh?
Yeah, man, no major plans. If you guys, boys, didn't know, this weekend is actually Father's Day weekend.
Yes,
so
yes.
that out for y'all if I didn't know.
Yes.
To remind y'all. So I don't know, no major plans, man. I'm probably just gonna try to relax, get some content out. I got so much content. It's, like today I was flooded. Just getting clips out, updating Corky, Kell, social media. If y'all didn't know who ran that is me. That's why some of those clips you see me at myself, because a lot of those clips are me.
You can tell.
All of them. So I'll be getting some content out. I got some dope clips. I still got dope clips back from last week that I can still do with kids. I got this sick catch, man. When it drops, you're gonna be like, what the hell, Jerome, bro? I mean, peak content. I'm starting to really believe like Georgia athletes are different. I mean, Georgia players are different. But Florida, I'm really starting to think, Jerome, like they got the athletes, bro. And it's no disrespect to Georgia. It's a lot of great receivers, DBs that come through here, but really starting to believe that, like, I think Georgia's probably one of the most well-rounded states, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go look, you can find something at, offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, safety, running back. You can find something anywhere, but just straight athlete, just straight dog, Florida. Starting to
I told you about Jamie Prince, man. He's different. Like, I heard about him, I seen some clips of him, but when you have to see him in person, what he be doing, it's like, dang, like, he's different, bro. And it's like that with, it's like that with a lot of Florida athletes, man. You just look, dang, bro, like, how are you that athletic, bro? Like, dang. So, yeah, I agree with you, man.
Yeah, different. Now, Florida water different. Florida water different.
Is it the water or is it the bugs? Because them bugs turn me up, bro. them bugs be giving people superpowers down here or something.
I'm dead. That's funny. But yeah, that's all I got, man. I don't got nothing crazy. Just a lot of content, man. I got other stuff I got to work on with the job and stuff, that, we got to do previews, training camp guys, stuff like that. So that's it, man. Really chilling.
100%, man. So that'll conclude where we'll be at this weekend. And last but not least, the words of wisdom, man. This is what y'all come from. I come for the sports, but y'all stay for the words of wisdom, man. So who would like to go first?
I'll go today. I'm usually last, but I'll go and start us off today. So one of mine, I was reading some. I thought he gave some really good advice that can really resonate with y'all. Okay, so read this quote, y'all. Y'all listen to this. Y'all tell me what y'all think. So it says, as you level up, your friends will change. Accept this. It is what it is. At some point, it will be the last time you get to hang with a friend. Cherish them. Thought that really stands out in my humble opinion. It's true. Like, you're gonna have to learn. Sometimes God will bring people in your life for seasons and spells and things like that, just to, whatever that may be, comfort or to be able to have somebody lean on and talk to. But it may not always be there. Just cherish those memories of good times you have with them, and make the most. And then when things change and you might see yourself leveling up and you might see yourself changing and going to where you want to be in life, sometimes you have to leave people behind. The real ones that stay, that means they're meant to be in your life. So I think for a while, I kind of struggled with that. Like, why did this friend stop talking to me all of a sudden? Did I do something wrong? Like, I've always hit them up or whatever. But now I'm realizing, like, sometimes where you're going in life, you can't take everybody with you. So that is a key point for me. So I wanted to bestow that upon you guys. Even the high school players that are watching, sometimes a friend you think is really your friend may not be your friend. They could be very jealous of you and kind of, residing as your friend, but a very jealous person. So just choose your friends carefully. Not everybody wants to see your success. Not everybody's going to like you, and that is okay. Don't always care about perception per se of a peer or something like that. Just care about, what you think of yourself and keep motivating and going hard. And last but not least, and I'll throw it to Jerome so he can go next. Y'all, any player out there, look, get the education. This AI stuff is going crazy, man. It's really resonating with the education industry. Parent teachers want it in the classrooms. Kids are using it. College students are using it really, really heavy. It's going stupid. So go ahead, get yourself on some stocks. Go ahead and put y'all boys up on some game, a couple of gyms. Y'all can get going to spin on. Palantir is one of them. That's a real good data analytics company. They're in their infancy, so go ahead and tap in with them. Jerome, I know you like this. I don't think you have an Apple phone. I don't think you have an Apple phone. You are very old school. I forgot. But Apple stock popped today after they announced Apple Intelligence 206.12, as you guys can see. So that's another stock that's popping. And last but not least, and I'll throw Jerome on this last topic right here. And it is NVIDIA. I'm sure people have heard of that by now. NVIDIA stock just split. It's at 121.30. So they just did a 10-for-1 split. This stock was worth $1,200. It is now the worth of it doesn't change. It's just more accessible to retail investors. It's $1 trillion company, so none of that's going to change. But a rapid AI company stock should get in on. Go ahead and grab you some shares. I got some in my other account. My money's already 5x. So just to let you guys know, get your money working for you. And things like that, and I just share those.
5x, God,
yeah, 5x, bro. So hey, if you ain't in the real estate market or stock market, I don't know what you're doing. Go ahead and get some of these returns. Again, you're not going to separate yourself or get to wealth if you're working for salary. You got to be doing something on the side. You got to be doing something to try to elevate. And investing in stocks is doing that. So I'll leave y'all with that. And last piece, I didn't even own a full share of NVIDIA, y'all. That's the crazy part. And I have 3 shares right now. Didn't even own a share. Had a little piece of a share, but being at a split, I'm now at 3 shares. So I just say that. Tell motivate you guys, and that's all I got.
Shout out to Robin Hood. Shout out to Robin Hood, man.
Yeah. It's funny. While we're on the podcast, we're using NVIDIA with this computer. So that tells you a lot. And this is the very expensive computer that I'm on right now. Very computer. So NVIDIA is definitely doing the thing, man, for sure. My words of wisdom is actually gonna kind of tie into what Najeh said. Believe in those who believe in you. If somebody believes in you, man, believe in them. Get back to them. Believe in what they say, what they got for you, man. And it's just not just like fake believing or believe in you when you're at your peak. They believe in you when you're at your bottom too. That's a real one, bro. So shout out to my boy LaMarcus, bro. I know he believes in me and believes in what I believe in him, bro. That's my brother for life, for sure. So, definitely, it don't necessarily have to be your friend. It could be a teacher. It could be, another student. It could be, family friend or something like that. Believe in him, believe in you, man. At the end of the day, bro, and when you're at your lowest, that's who you stick around with. So keep those people around, man. Invest in them because they're gonna invest in you. If they believe in you, they're gonna invest in you. So invest in them as well. So, and I don't mean necessarily financially. That's what I mean financially.
100%. 100%. I'll say this joke and I'll get into my words of wisdom. Now, these brothers didn't talk about the money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all run around chasing these, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. First, you have to get the money. Then you get the power.
Then you get the respect.
Then you get the woman. Per Scarface, I watched that. That was another movie I watched this weekend. So shout out to Al Pacino, man. Great movie. But my words of wisdom today, man. We heard a lot. about friends, old friends leave you once you elevate or just get older in life. You don't even have to elevate. You just got to get older, man. Just hit another phase of life. I definitely had some, you know what I'm saying? We all have friends leave, even people who thought were going to be close to us leave, you know what I'm saying? That's just how life is, you know what I'm saying? And there'll be more things as you get older, you know what I'm saying? Jerome talked about believing in people that believe in you. So some of us might be a little stressed, like, man, this has been happening to me too, but I got something for you, man. If we all could, you know what I'm saying? If you're watching this, man, I've been tapping into Jay Shetty, Think Like a Monk, man. It's a thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? When you're stressed out, obviously when we're thinking, right? We do shallow breaths. You know what I'm saying? Actually, when we're thinking, we kind of hold our breaths because we're focused. And when we're feeling anxious, stressed out, we have shallow breaths, which is going to increase your anxiety. In order for you to kind of recalm yourself, get back to your center, this is what the practice was. You know what I'm saying? Breathe in on a 4 count. So hold for 4 seconds. breathe out on a 4-second count as well. So you repeat that 10 times. You probably already feel a little relief. So in any time where you're going somewhere, you feel a little off. You feel a little you ain't centered. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling a little sporadic. Breathe in on a 4 count, hold for 4 count, or release for 4 count. Do that. You wanted to do it 10 times, but if you're in the crunch for time 3 to 4 times, you should feel some relief and go on about your day. So I'll leave that with you, man. Breath work is essential. Tune into that, tap into that if you already have it. I know the athletes have, but it's a lot more than just being athletically inclined. We're better human beings when we're centered and we're calm and not sporadic all the time. So that's my words of wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. Keep breathing, keep living. And you know what I'm saying? This is the first and foremost podcast. This is the first and foremost podcast, ladies and gentlemen, where we don't just give you the spiel, we keep it real. Yeah. I see I got Najeh's approval, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
But we listen, man, me and Jerome, we've been doing our thing. We've been
y'all have been struggling.
What are you talking about?
You've had it hard for a minute. Y'all have been struggling with that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. We can hold it down, bro.
Y'all need to stop the cap, bro. Stop.
The people know, bro. People know.
Well, you boys see that down there, man. You see my guys growing every week. Every week we see a couple of hundred attitudes. Keep some of my guys getting 10K because they deserve it, man. They do some great content, especially ladies. They've been on a roll lately, man. So check out their content. They got some great stuff. So go on their Twitter, go on their Instagram, go find them. They're all over the place. You see the cameras right over here. And you go check that out for them boys. Also, special thanks to Phenom for sponsoring this podcast. Again, we got 132 people in here. You are watching right now and you love football gear, and not even football. If you like sports gear, they got it all for you. Go check that out on PhenomEliteBrand.com. Use our promo code RATTOP ITH. That stands for Inside the Hashes. You can't remember it. Inside the Hashes ITH football. You get 10% off of all gear. That definitely helps us out and supports us. So thank you guys so much, and also thank Phenom for sponsoring this podcast for us. So that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Hope y'all enjoy. Go ahead, Naj.
Last thing, I'm gonna let Jerome close this out. Just want to say appreciate y'all, man. My boy Bacon finally tapped into the shorts, man. Y'all go get him up to 2K, man, before the season begins. Yo, mine has been going crazy. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. I would never would have thought this. I just want to get this shot. I know we're closing out, bro. My Instagram, bro. I didn't have really any following, but I want to shout out Bacon Network. I had no motion. Started tapping in with Bacon, and man, now I'm at 530, Jerome. I would never thought I would have got there that fast, man. I really just created it last summer, bro. And I mean, now to see where it's at, it's nothing short of spectacular. So I wanted to give a shout out to Bacon for helping me with that. And YouTube's up, man. So appreciate all y'all. But that's all I got, man. Me and Bacon, man. Y'all want to see fire content? We getting it out there, man. And shout out to all the people that have been hitting me up about the content and have been giving me, great praise and saying I'm doing a good job. I really appreciate y'all. Just trying to help these kids, get exposure and help them out as well along this journey.
100%, man.
Instagram followers are hard. Trust me, I know. So, bro, for you to get that much, man, that's a big shout out to you. And shout out to Bacon. He got the most right now, but he's paying us all on game and tagging us and everything like that, trying to get us up there. So I appreciate you, Bacon, man. You're doing some great stuff as well.
It's but keep me down.
Yes, sir. That's gonna do it for us today, guys. I hope y'all have a great night. I hope you enjoy yourself. As always, check us out next Tuesday. Should be back on the regular time. So be prepared for 7:30. This is First and Foremost podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Peace.